really going on. I mean, we just came back about a week and a half ago from Beirut, Lebanon, and we did a show out there, the university, spent some time in the camps, visited Sabra and Shatila. It was definitely eye-opening. I think that also, you know, it makes you appreciate what you have, and you know, really realize that ultimately the world is so much bigger than you and your ego, and you know, and what you deem to be important on a day-to-day basis. There are certain things that you know, the reality that I take completely for granted is somebody else's dream life. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a really, really powerful thing to see in front of you, that people really would just love to live the life that I take for granted on a day-to-day basis. So it's a real wake-up call.
It is. I do really agree with that, because even the times when we moan and we say, oh, you know, things aren't good in this country, the budget's bad, we can't even do this, we can't even do that. Like you say, that's a dream life. That's like a lottery win for many people around the world. Yeah,
of course. And I mean, I think that it's almost like, if you look at the forces of power in this world, whether it's the United States or the UK, it's almost like we sacrifice the rest of the world to let them live in chaos under our ruling, so we can live in relative peace. And it's like even out in somewhere like Lebanon, the legacy of what took place after the First World War, Sykes-Picot, you're talking about a country that had 19 sects, 19 different sects, religious sects. So, for instance, Orthodox Christian, Protestant Christian, Maronite, Catholic Christian, like, and obviously Sunni and Shia Muslim. Like, you're talking about 4 million people split into 19 different sects. And the law that the French left behind, because of course it was occupied and ruled by the French, left behind was it's illegal for, say, a Muslim person to marry a Christian person in law, not just forget religious rulings. In law, it's illegal. So some people are going to Cyprus to get married and whatever else, the civil marriages. You know, the parliament is divided upon in a sectarian way. And I think that ultimately, when forces play God with other people's lives, people that are not of those people are ruling what is appropriate for those people and what is not appropriate for those people, you know, are dictating aspects of those people's lives. Ultimately, they are not in control of their own destiny. And here I feel far more in control of my own destiny than many of the people I've met along my travels. And I think that's the worst thing you can take from someone is the feeling that they have control over, you know, where they can go, when they can go, you know, their travel, their everything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and again, we come back to the issue of things we take for granted, things we moan about on a daily basis. That is cultural specific. It doesn't apply to the rest of the world, does it? These moans and groans that we have in this country. We're very blessed. We're very blessed, even though there are massive problems in the country. We're very blessed in many ways to be here. Going back to listener questions, then, on the subject of the last question about Immortal Technique and M1, a few people are asking about, you know, are you going to be working with M1 on music?
Well, basically, we when I went to Gaza last year, on a convoy, we were basically stopped for 6 days in Egypt, and I shared a room with M1 for those 6 days, so we got to know each other fairly well, and we wrote a song actually while we were there, but we never got the chance to record it because the beat we chose that we used, it was a beat that he had. When he got back to the States, he found out Nas had used the beat. So we never got to actually record it over that particular beat. So, yeah, definitely at some point I hope to work with him. I think we got on quite well. We see, you know, we see the same world from different perspectives, but we see the same world, and we're both, I think, ultimately in the same struggle for equality.
Yeah, no, I could obviously understand that.
He's got a song actually coming out with another artist I work very closely with called Shadia Mansour. So look out for Shadia Mansour and M1. That tune is coming out very soon, I think.
And of course, the other predominant question is your relationship, more than just your work, because people understand he's very busy, but your relationship at the moment with Immortal Technique.
Yeah. What's the question?
The question is, what is your relationship like? I mean, are you open to doing more work together? And has he got the time ready to do some more work with you? I mean, what's the plan there? Is anything on the cards?
He's at the moment he's working a lot on his album, The Middle Passage, and that's, you know, I think I'm not the only. I'm definitely not the only one when I can say I'm definitely looking forward to that album. So yeah, man, he's just busy with that at the moment. So it's all good, man. Hopefully, at some point, you never know.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, it's inevitable at some point. It will happen. I just wondered if there was anything in the cards, like a Lowkey and Immortal Technique EP or something to that effect. But obviously,
I'd love that to happen, man. But you know how it is. I mean, everybody's got their own stuff going on. At the moment, I've got my hands full trying to finish my album, and he's definitely got his hands full with The Middle Passage. So, you know,
yeah, definitely.
We shall see.
We spoke to Diabolic last week, and he was talking all about his return fully to Viper Records. A few listeners have asked, has there ever been a discussion between yourself and Technique with regards to Lowkey signing to Viper Records, or is that just not necessary?
No, there's been no discussion.
No.
There's been no discussion of that. But Diabolic, I would just like to say, is, I think, a great artist, and I've got a lot of time for Diabolic. I think that his album, I think I heard a few tracks of it quite a while ago, but yeah, his album is definitely gonna cause some waves, so look out for that. Diabolic, it's a liar and a thief is the album, I think, so look out for that.
And a question then from other listeners, what about UK radio? We're talking mainstream now, the kind of the sort of WWF of urban radio. Who individually has shown you a lot of support throughout your career so far? I mean, could you name check DJs which have shown you?
I mean, you've shown me a lot of support throughout my career from many years ago, almost 4 or 5 years ago now, maybe was the first time I came on your show. So you've always shown me a lot of support. And I thank you for that, 1,000,000%. There's plenty of people that have supported me over the years. Plenty of individuals that have supported me, whether in the mainstream realm or in, you know, the rest of the world. I think, you know, just now it just feels a bit like, whereas before what I was doing was seemed to be more supported, even though I didn't have the fan base I have now, and even though I wasn't making music which I feel is as good as it is now. Before, they still supported it, they played it, whatnot. Whereas now it just seems like I've got less and less support. But, you know, you never know how things go, man. You never know how things go. There could be a change in the air, so we shall see. I think ultimately, industry support cannot buy you a genuine and real fan base, but a genuine and real fan base can force the industries to support you eventually.
Right.
And I think someone like Giggs has really, basically, what happened with him is they didn't want to support him at all. At all. None of them wanted to support him. But it got to the point where his achievements and his fan base was so strong that really they had to support him. Do you know what I mean? They had to support him. And so now they are.
I've not seen much of Giggs. I've only seen the one video he did with Ras Kwame. He did the live performance, and I was gobsmacked as to how terrible he is. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to defend him and say, you know, he's grind. He seems to be in the UK. I see a lot of DJs saying, oh, no, they're on the grind. If they're on the grind, we support them. But I saw his live performance in that Ras Kwame video recently, and the guy looked like, you know, I don't want to say it because it's not right putting him out there, but he looked as though he was lacking a few brain cells. I mean, I assume not all his music's like that. I assume he is respected out there.
No, I like Giggs. I like Giggs personally. I like his music, and I think, and more importantly than that, actually, personally, to his music.